Today I'm going to kick off a series on commercial crime insurance and specifically talk about employee dishonesty insurance. In this series, I'll cover what crime insurance is, why it's needed by many types of businesses, and how coverage gaps often occur and how to avoid them. Coming right up. Hi, I'm Gordon Coyle, and before I jump right into crime insurance, can I ask you to hit that like button? That'll help signal to YouTube that this is good content, and it'll help my channel grow. Thanks. Okay, commercial crime insurance. This is a coverage that's often misunderstood by clients and also by insurance agents. So let's start with, what does it cover? As a standalone policy, the commercial crime coverage form typically contains 8 to 10 coverage parts covering specific crime perils. There are different forms used in the financial services industry for banks and hedge funds and private equity firms, and then there are other policies and enhancements and unique endorsements used for other industries and special situations. But generally speaking, crime insurance focuses on protecting your company's money, securities, and other negotiable financial instruments. Now, before I get into the specifics of employee dishonesty, I want to take a step back and say that some crime coverages, including employee dishonesty, can be found in most business owners or BOP policies. The BOP policy is geared for small to medium-sized businesses and combines property and liability plus many other fringe coverages, such as employee dishonesty, into one package policy. It's important to know the limits of employee dishonesty or employee theft. The terms dishonesty and theft are used interchangeably in the industry, will vary from one BOP policy to the next. It'll even vary with the same insurance company on the same policy through the application of different broadening endorsements. In my experience, most BOP policies will provide employee dishonesty limits of anywhere between $10,000 and $50,000 depending on the insurer and the endorsements I just mentioned. In some situations, this may be sufficient, but what a lot of business owners don't really consider, especially with regard to employee dishonesty, is the cumulative potential impact of claims that can occur. And what I mean by that is an employer may think, hey, I would know if somebody was embezzling $25,000 from my company. Red flags would be popping up all over the place. While that may be true, most employees intent on embezzling funds from an employer don't try to write a big check of like $25,000 and hope to get away with it. Instead, the scheme is to embezzle small amounts of money through various means every month or every week over a course of years. It may start with $10 here and there and escalate up to $100 and then could go to $1,000 as a rogue employee becomes bolder and bolder. Like I said, $100 missing from the till, really not a big deal. But if it's done repeatedly over time and increases, these types of claims can literally reach into the millions. The point I want to make is that say your BOP policy provides a limit of $25,000 for employee theft, and you discover that over the last 5 years, $400,000 or more has been embezzled a little at a time, you're really going to have a problem. In this case, $375,000 worth of a problem in uncovered claims. Now that's a serious shortfall. Now, you may be thinking, how can an employee embezzle that sort of money without someone noticing it? The answer is that rogue employees will find weaknesses in your systems and they'll exploit them. It's not always as simple as pilfering cash or checks from the company, but employee theft claims can be complex and involve the illegal transfer of funds, paying fraudulent invoices, maintaining 2 or more sets of books, and more. Employers most at risk are those with poor controls, part-time employees, high turnover, businesses that accept cash, those with high-value inventory, and those with inventory in transit. The bottom line is that employers need to be vigilant and have a bulletproof system in place to manage and monitor this risk and purchase an appropriate level of employee dishonesty insurance. Now, to wrap up a few more points. What's not covered by employee dishonesty? Well, money that's stolen by company executives or partners is going to be excluded. There are carve-backs to this exclusion, but you'll pay extra for that. Another one is when an employee steals money from your customers that's in your custody or control, that's also not covered. But you can purchase something known as third-party fidelity coverage. Often, firms and consultants working with large financial institutions will often be required to, by contract, to purchase third-party fidelity, even if they never have access to the institution's money. Next question, what does employee dishonesty insurance cost? That's a good question, and the answer is based on several factors, including the type of business you're in, the number of employees you have, the number of employees you have with money handling responsibilities, your total revenue, the security controls and financial audit processes you have in place for money handling, and of course, the limit of coverage you purchase. To find out exactly what employee dishonesty and a broader crime insurance policy would cost, a short application is generally required. We then take that application and go out to the marketplace to find you the right underwriter who can provide us the broadest protection at the lowest cost. Have other questions regarding crime insurance or employee dishonesty coverage? Give me a call or drop me an email. In fact, there's a link in the description box below where you can book a call right on my calendar. If you do call, I promise no hardcore selling, just some conversation to see if I can answer your questions and if we might be a good fit for you and your company. Keep an eye out for our next video on crime insurance where we'll talk about forgery and alteration. In fact, my company was recently a victim of this, so I've got some interesting stories to share. Thanks for watching and hit that thumbs up button. Thanks.